There has been a three-way battle at the top of the men's game. There has been a three-way battle at the top of the men's game in 2024, but there is every chance two of that trio of stars will be going backwards in the ATP rankings by the end of the US Open. But there is every chance two of that trio of stars will be going backwards in the ATP rankings by the end of the US Open. Jannik Sinner started 2024 on fire as he won his first Grand Slam title at the Australian Open and backed that up by winning titles in Rotterdam and Miami. That run of form secured the Italian a leap to the world #1 ranking, and his position looks secure at the top of the rankings for the foreseeable future, whatever happens at the US Open, yet that security is not there for his two big rivals. With Carlos Alcaraz and Novak Djokovic set for a slide down the rankings unless they win the title in New York, Alcaraz won the French Open and Wimbledon titles during the European summer. But that was not enough to propel the Spaniard back to the top of the ATP rankings. The Spaniard reached the semifinals of the US Open last year. So he needs to reach the final or win his second title in New York to improve his ranking. Meanwhile, longtime #1 Djokovic has slipped down the pecking order after failing to spark in the opening half of 2023, with his hopes of a return to NP1 looking forlorn. The Serbian legend is defending 2,000 ATP points from his win at the US Open last year. So he can't improve on his points tally over the next 2 weeks, and anything less than a successful title defense will see Djokovic slide down the rankings. Alcaraz and Djokovic's challenges to maintain their ranking at the final major of 2024 opens the door for Alexander Zverev to rise to #2 in the rankings, and that is where the German is sitting in the current live ATP rankings. Zverev went out of the US Open after a defeat against Alcaraz in the quarterfinals last year, so he has a chance to improve on that in 2024, and he started his campaign in New York on Monday with a 6-2. 6-7, 6-3, 6-2 win against fellow Germany Maximilian Marterer. Zverev is in the opposite half of the draw to Sinner and Alcaraz, so he would not meet either of those until the final. He does face the prospect of a matchup with Djokovic if both players reach the semifinals, and if that transpires, he will have a chance to seal the #2 ranking in the ATP list.